It's a new day, time for some new replay analysis, and I decided that I'm gonna try and skip through replays a bit more and maybe even end them sooner, because really for me it's like when I talk about it, I'm not trying to do it for entertainment, because I understand that listening to me about great good strategical things aren't particularly as entertaining, and as for example listening to someone like Spike, who gets excited about Captain Spike. That being said, not Spike Manchi. Spike Manchi doesn't analyze replays as far as I understand. So and I think for strategical purposes and not listening to me get non-excited about the games, I think the key here is to make the replays as short as I can. So I'm gonna watch this one, 7-minute game, Mendel versus Dallas. Yeah, Naiko's Refuge. I think that's one of my least favorite maps. It's just that the whole position on that map makes it very annoying to play on. And in Go vs Go you lack a lot of scouting information, because the map is just so big. So you oftentimes play blind, and I really don't know, because this, like, if you look at it, it's probably the best map. It looks like it would be the best map in the map pool, but when you play it, it's just so uncomfortable to play on. It's just very unpleasant map for me. Like, I can't even put my finger on it. I mean, it might be favored for beta players, for example. And as I said, Go vs Go, you lack scouting information, so that's unpleasant and can make game random. But here we go. They spawned on the opposite side on vertical. And what I like to do here, Go vs Go, is to move my mother across, to pick up a couple of spigots here, and then move my mother across. That allows me to A, engage earlier, B, be less dependent on who's gonna win the drover scouting battle, because whoever scouts first gets advantage, because they get a couple more shots on your mother. It also, if drover meets another drover, one drover will win, and that guy will be at advantage. So when you move across map, you A, confuse your opponent, and B, you can catch him off guard and engage their mother from, for example, not this thingy. This is a brush, but I mean this brush. So 7-minute game, I think I can go off without skipping as well. And here Mendel does something similar, but I don't like doing that right away, because I think doing that right away is you get like so close on the spigot bank, and these things, the vent plugs in the middle, they can get quite unruly, and they can make it hard for you to pick up this spigot. Your mother can freak out, depending on where you click here. Your mother can freak out and they can miss a spigot, so you miss maybe a couple of seconds, but still, a couple of seconds do make a difference in such a volatile matchup as Go vs Go. So I like to go here and go this, and then push across. And that also brings you to sort of a position where your opponent is deciding whether to split into two mothers or to build army. And so that's where you really catch them off guard if they split into the mother goose, and you attack them from the brush. That's where you really can make a difference. But Mendel does it right away. I'm sure he has a similar idea, regarding how scouting works. And yeah, see here, he's trying to pick it up. Oh, he's just staying in the middle. I don't like that at all, to be honest. It's a problem, and you're a bit more exposed to the drover harassment. The drover is gonna find you and also Dallas decided to keep his drawer next to his mother to defend, which is actually a reasonable choice. That can work or that cannot work. It depends on your position and your opponent positioning, because sometimes if your mother is behind your drawer, enemy drawer gets to hit both of them, and also if you lose your drawer next to your mother, that's usually bad news, because you don't really have options where to put your mother goo while enemy drawer is shooting at you. So Dallas goes into the brush, and I'm not sure what he's going to the brush. I guess to defend the rush, because he could also be relocating. Like, just he has a pretty big bank. He could be relocating to drop a mother, a second mother here, or he could be just relocating to the opposite side of the cliff. So to screw with your opponent, mind games and all that things. Dallas is ahead of mother post Dallas play. Drawers killed each other, so it's super. And Mendel should be trying to break here. Judging the replay lines, he will break. Dallas does something very clever here. Well, it's not very clever, it's just something I don't usually do, where you don't chase the mother. When you're in a situation like that and you're ahead, you get excited and you want to chase them down. But the truth is, when you're going to be chasing them down, they're going to be collecting those spigots all across their runway. You won't, because you're behind them, so all the spigots will be already picked up when you reach those vents. But that being said, Dallas had enough for one small protein, so it's a bit of a different situation. He could have chased like he could have chased well, maybe not, because then Mendel would just walk uphill, hide uphill, and that's a problem, because you need to go all the way around this with your radiance, and you cannot have net radiance because of the brush here. So yeah, maybe just going for an earlier mother split. He goes back because he thinks Dallas will split in two, I assume. He assumes Dallas will split in two, which he does, and he wants to catch him on the split. He doesn't find him and he splits in two as well. Not sure I exactly like it, because if you're here and if you're chasing, well, I guess you would be pretty far behind in your chase, so they would just be producing two spigots out of their mothers. Yeah, I guess it's the right decision to split. Not sure why Dallas is moving over here to this bench plug. Maybe because, he didn't see Mendel's army, so, well, I guess just extra safe. The only reason to go here is if you want to split here for those two spigots, and you want this one to split up to this spigot. Because otherwise your second mother is way out of position to defend this mother if something begins happening. if Mendel attacks off 2 mothers or something like that. Well, actually, if he didn't see, if Dallas did not see what Mendel was doing, Dallas didn't see what Mendel was doing. Middle is actually dangerous. Middle is dangerous because that's where Dallas should be assuming Mendel is, and 2 mother goose here at least. Well, not at least, but 2 mother goose or some army. Well, I guess it's not an option either. Mendel should have 2 mother goose here, so he would have an edge on Dallas when Dallas splits to 2 mothers. So the only thing I think here, and I'm not gonna go back and rewatch the replay because it takes a long time in this game, but I have to assume that Dallas saw that Mendel went here. But if Dallas saw that as well, it's a bit dangerous to sit here, and I don't understand this play at all, because if you want more spigots, you can go for this spigot, you can go for this spigot as well. Going out in the middle is just, you know, straight up dangerous. If it's not dangerous for these 2 mothers, it's dangerous for this mother. So why is Mendel doing this? This is weird. What is going on? This game is confusing me. This is off spigot as well. Events being uncooperative. Much confusion. What do they think the other person is doing to move so weirdly? I don't know. Weird game. I don't know what they were thinking about the other person's pattern of movement, so that what would dictate why they moved in this particular pattern. But overall, I think if you understand what they were thinking about the other person and the other person plan, I think if you know that, that would make sense. And I really don't really see a particular mistake in this game by either player, because what led to Mendel's defeat is just his choice of movement based on information that we do not have, that only they have in there. Maybe, you know, previous games or something like that. And I just wanted to look at it. Yes, Dallas goes for the corner spigot. So Dallas goes for the corner spigot, and because he goes for the corner spigot, he has an advantage in HP when they engage over here with their mothers. So maybe if you're planning to do what I usually do and you know, go across map like I go across map, it might be a good idea to pick up this corner spigot. I'm not sure, because as I said, I do it differently than Mendel does, and I don't go for the corner spigot, but I pick up more spigots over here. So I have a slightly bigger bank than, slightly less HP, but slightly bigger bank, so that might compensate for it. And my timing is also different. As I said, my timing approach is for when you're going to be splitting for 2 mothers. So yeah, I'm not sure which way is better, but I think if you're doing what Mendel is doing and you're going for that kind of thing, yeah, you have to pick up the corner spigot. Otherwise you'll be behind. because Dallas has more HP, but if you were to shuttle this to Spigot a bit more, I think you would have a bigger bank. No, you wouldn't, because Dallas is also shuttling here. So yeah, it's not about like if you rush and you need to pick up this Spigot, or you need to go for a different timing. I think what Mendel did just doesn't work. Well, judging by this replay at least, that's the conclusion I'm coming to. Anyways, that's all for now, and I'm gonna do later, right now I'm gonna do another video of another replay that I find, because I think I'm gonna be trying to do 2 a day. So I'll be right back.